Good afternoon, COVIDians. I do say afternoon, I'm not sure if it's good. How many of you have been out shopping now that the shops are open again? I did hear that outside Primark somewhere, they were queuing from 3 in the morning, waiting for the shop to open at 7. Well done. Everyone deserves their single moment of fame. I'm sure they got theirs. What do we think then, folks? Been a while now. Massive news today. Shops open and all that lot. I've even been out. Yeah, it's quite a bit. That's quite a news event. But what do we think? Oh, Phil, Prince Philip, Phil the Greek, who's not really, or I should use past tense, who was actually not quite as Greek as we thought. Yeah, the association with the Germans, always something the royal family had tried to play down since that little fallout with the Kaiser Bill that led to 1914-18 and 39 to 45, what with all those German bombs on Great Britain. We kind of wanted to dissociate them a bit with Germany, didn't we? So we got the surname changed, or at least they agreed to have it changed. Now, what did they change to? They changed to Saxe-Coburg-Gotha. That was the first change, okay? Saxe-Coburg-Gotha. But apparently, Phil the so-called Greek, although he was born in Greece, when they tried to say that change from Saxe-Coburg-Gotha to Windsor, brown Windsor boy like the soup, a man should know their place. Well, Phil the Greek was still sort of a little bit in love with Battenberg. Ah, the Battenberg, yeah? the connection to the Germans, yeah? So poor old Phil the Greek never got what he wanted. Dear old Phil, dead. Happens to us all, will happen to me, will happen to you, will happen to your loved ones, will happen to my loved ones. In the end, death is the great leveller of us all. Yeah? But, I wonder if he'll get only sort of 30 or 60 people at his funeral. I wonder about that, don't you? Or do you think they might make an exception for a few thousand? Tell you what I do find really funny, though, and it's this. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. You're at a memorial. You are grieving a person who was killed by a police officer. Not a police officer on duty, I admit, but who was killed by a police officer, and they treat you like we see above. One woman is pulled away and is practically half naked. But, more importantly, if you go to mourn your monarch's husband, as many as you like, really. No one stops you. Yeah? So there you go, that's one thing. But more importantly, and we told you so, and I'm actually going to delight in telling you that we told you so about Brexit. So just going to say it one more time. We told you so. Northern Ireland, burning buses. Yeah. Apparently the army are going in now, special forces. Good Friday Agreement. Did Boris really care about that? Not really. Think the Ulstermen and the Ulster Unionists and the Ulster Unionist Party and the Democratic Unionist Party. Think they're a little bit annoyed about this, don't you? If Ian Paisley was alive, he'd be shouting. Sure, he would. So what else have we got? A lady here is called Daniela. She's an She's Daniela T. She's an RN, registered nurse, and she quotes on Team NHS and says something that I just think everyone should see. Yeah, I really do think they should see this. Yeah, I think they should see this regardless of Prince Philip's death and everything. I'll read it out just in case. I have a lump in my throat and I'm fighting to hold back the tears about government ministers turning on NHS and social care staff, putting blame on us for the shortage of PPE. Why would you be so cruel to us? Every day we are doing our best. As you know, my son is an NHS ICU nurse. Nothing changes, of course. Whatever's going on, I imagine they're probably going to make a few quid out of Phil the Greek's funeral as well, or the Phil the not so Greek. Yet they'll always those Tory little piggies will always have their corrupt, greedy noses, as it said there, firmly in the trough. Well done, Tories. And someone else asked here a very reasonable question. And I think it's a great question, so I'm going to just put it on screen for a second, and I think many people will be asking it. Will the BBC be doing a news item honouring the poor souls who died today from COVID? Because they're still dying, yeah? They're going to do wall-to-wall coverage on them? Are the BBC going to get to have to set up a dedicated complaints page because they're going wall to wall, covering the names and the stories of all the ordinary people, if you happen to be a royal, probably shall we say peasants, who have died as a result of COVID? Probably not. Right, there's the man behind it all. It's all right as long as you hang out a flag. Yeah? Hang out your flag. And we all know Boris, kinky little person, all kinds of kinks. Just to remind you again, standing behind him is Jennifer there. And here is the man who remarked that a man isn't worth that much. He's weak if he can't control his woman. I'm sure he tried to control Jennifer. He took her away on visits and whatever and business, and the taxpayer paid for that. Yeah. But here also is the man who is a sexual sadist, or at least has a penchant for sexual sadism. I remind you again, the man who was once asked if he could been born in another age, where would he like to be? He said a time when he could be lopping off heads and giving the stable boy a damn good rogering. Yep, that's who you're talking about. A sexual sadist. The man apparently in charge of this dictatorship that we have rapidly become. Well, that's about wrapping it up for today, except to say, please, please, please continue to get out there, continue to protest, continue to fight for your right to protest, because as we are being led by the nose and people don't care into a dictatorship, yeah, it's all happening because the people believe there should be a strong man in charge. Strong man. Very strong man. Yep, strong man. Man who will just make everything right. And how's he going to make it all right? Well, today he opened the shops and everything. And remember, wave your Union Jack. Wave it. Wave it. Wave it at Phil's funeral. Wave it in front of your telly. Wave it at the people leaving the food banks. Wave your Union Jack and everything will be better. Don't forget, the other name for that Union Jack, research its history, is the butcher's apron. There's a bit of research for you. Take care, COVIDians, and see you soon. Bye.